I'm just going to get straight to the point. I think that Drew McIntyre should be the guy that retires John Cena. I don't know what the WWE has planned or what they're thinking about. I have a good idea what they could be considering, and I'm just not a fan of that. That being the rumors of Gunther being John Cena's final opponent. I just don't need that in my life right now, because we've already seen Gunther retire Goldberg. I wasn't a fan of that either, but they did what they had to do. And I'm glad that we got that over with. I understand how good Gunther is. And I hope that Gunther is one of the guys that leads us into the future when it comes to this sport. But he doesn't have to be the person to retire every legend. That's not going to be the thing that helps Gunther's career. And I know the WWE loves to do things like this. They want to have this on his resume so he could gloat about the veterans that he retired. But that's just Bush League and it's recycled. This is the same type of thing that Randy Orton has built his career over. We need to start spreading this attention around a little bit. Drew McIntyre, I'm starting to really feel like is my favorite wrestler in the WWE right now. Everything he's been doing has been right on the money, and I'm proud to see him steady evolve. He's been doing this damn thing, and I'm very proud of Drew McIntyre because of everything that he's went through throughout his career. Lately, I've been mentioning Vince McMahon quite a bit, and for good reason. And this is another reason. Vince McMahon handpicked Drew McIntyre to be a future champion. He brought Drew McIntyre out to the ring when he was 20 years old, and Vince McMahon told the world that Drew McIntyre will be a champion in this company. But Drew McIntyre didn't live up to that hype for a long time. He showed the exact opposite of what Vince McMahon had predicted, and he ultimately left the WWE. But this is why I'm so proud of Drew McIntyre. This man is a straight inspiration for people like myself. He's proven to me that no matter what you've been through or what you're going through, you can always take control and still be the best you could be at whatever you want to be. And it's been that determination and that drive that have made me a huge fan of Drew McIntyre. I felt like Drew McIntyre should have retired Kurt Angle because I think that was a wasted opportunity having Baron Corbin be the guy to take those honors. Now, that isn't a discredit to Baron Corbin because I was a fan of his as well. But his character and his momentum at the time didn't warrant him to be Kurt Angle's final opponent. Ironically, Drew McIntyre actually had a match with Kurt Angle a little bit before that retirement match. And Drew McIntyre had a hell of a match with Kurt Angle. A match where he dominated. And he won that match by tapping Kurt Angle out with the ankle lock. That was one of the things that really started to be a turning point for Drew McIntyre when you really look back on it. That's why it just made all the sense in the world to me that Drew McIntyre should have just retired Kurt Angle. But that's neither here nor there. Now the WWE could make up for that mishap. Now Drew McIntyre can get a huge moment and a huge cap in his career. Whoever's going to get this final match with John Cena is going to be one of these matches that we look back on down the line in history. Whether the match is good or bad. Based off what I've seen at SummerSlam from John Cena, I'm more hopeful that we're going to get a classic match. Because Cena has shown me that he's going to bring the best that he has and he's going to leave everything in the ring. So I already got Cena locked in as giving us the best possible match. Now we just need the best possible opponent. And for me, Gunther simply just won't do it. And not because Gunther is a bad opponent, but he's just not the right opponent. Drew McIntyre has been on fire with all of the promos. Everything that Drew McIntyre has said on that microphone has almost been the best thing said in all of the WWE. So he's grown leaps and bounds when it comes to character and promo work. I'm bringing this up because this is crucial to whoever John Cena is going to have his final match with. The build up and the promos, it's almost essential as the match itself. Drew McIntyre is the guy that can make this match feel like an important match, more than just it being a John Cena retirement match. Drew McIntyre can really have that bookmark moment for his career with this type of a matchup. And even when you look at all the potential opponents that John Cena could have, who better than Drew McIntyre? This is somebody that we haven't really seen John Cena have a match with. And this is somebody that I honestly think could give John Cena the best possible match. I think that inside of the ring, Drew McIntyre versus John Cena could tell the best story, better than any other opponent you could think about putting in the ring. When I bring up Drew McIntyre, I always bring up his contribution to the sport during the pandemic. I thought that Drew McIntyre was a great champion through the pandemic, and he represented the company and professional wrestling very well, and better than a lot of people probably would have, due to the circumstance. So this is why I champion Drew McIntyre, and I support everything that he's doing. And I think that this is a way that the WWE should reward Drew McIntyre, if I'm perfectly honest. I thought it was another missed opportunity when Drew McIntyre had a championship match against Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle some years ago. Now, I understand that Roman Reigns was in the middle of his historic run, but I thought that was the type of moment that Drew McIntyre needed. That was the type of championship win that would have made up for what happened at the pandemic WrestleMania. But I could take out this entire scenario of Drew McIntyre needing to be rewarded for all of his contributions. I don't see another opponent that'll be better for John Cena than Drew McIntyre.